I'm up here with Mr. Chad Peck, Gaines Township resident, and he's got some information that will go handy to all those taxpayers here in Gaines Township. Chad, just what is it that you're doing up here?
Well, we've come up here to oppose the special assessment. Basically what I've done, and several other citizens has helped with, as we came in, formed a group together, went and got a petition going. We got signatures. We've got over 4,300 acres of the properties on these petitions. We've got 460 signatures.
And what's required?
10% of the acreage of the assessed properties of the township is what's required.
So we're well sufficient of that.
We should be well over that with these numbers, and this should force the township board to send this to a vote.
And what would be we all know that after the second assessment meeting tonight, they'll be holding the regular board meeting, and if they don't adhere to this MCL law and they go into their session of the regular board meeting and try to vote this and approve it through without us citizens getting the right to vote, what do you think the ramifications will be, and what do you think the ramifications should be?
We have a couple options. It's kind of late, but we could do a recall. That would put them on the ballot for next year as well, or next election as well. The other ramification is, I believe, we can vote them out of office next election. That would be the main ramification. You can see these people don't value your tax dollars, your opinion at all. The whole purpose of this is to represent the people of this township and to give them a voice back. They need their voice to be heard. It's obvious that the people don't want this, and they just want, we're not even against the police department. We just want an opinion and our voices to be heard and to be able to have a say on what happens with our tax dollars. That's what this is all about. I
agree. I think we should have a police department, but not at the scale that they're wanting it. This question that I have, next election in 2020, hopefully there are some new people voted into office. Do you think along the same lines as I do that by law any elected official has to live in the township? But what about employees of the township, such as secretaries, police chief, and such? Should they also be required to live in the township, in your opinion?
I believe that is something that should have to be looked into, and I believe, yes, that if we're going to, it's always better just keeping your money local. Let's support people in this community. If there's qualified individuals to do the job, they should get the job.
Now, what I've seen in this township, because I've lived here 20 years, that basically the same people have been in charge for probably 14 of those 20 years that I've lived here. What's your thought process on term limits?
I definitely believe in term limits. I'll be running for supervisor in 2020.
Will you?
Yes,
congratulations.
Sir. And I definitely plan to adhere to term limits.
You heard it here first.
Yes, and there are, I mean, obviously there aren't term limits to local office like this, but I will self-imply those to myself if I am elected, and I believe that should be put in place for local officials as well.
That's terrific to hear. Well, it's cold out here, it's windy. Let's get on with what we're going to do today.
All right, we're going to go turn these petitions in right now. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Good. I would like to have these copied and stamped, please. These are all the petitions.
Okay.
And they're all numbered in sequential order. So.
Okay.
And then I've also got a few letters that citizens want to turn in as well.
Okay.
How's everything been going today?
Pretty good. Just trying to get end of the month stuff done.
How are you today, Beth?
Good, thank you. Picking up a report for the chief.
So,
Good afternoon, Gaines Township. This is Beth speaking.
as far as the special assessment goes,
Okay.
with the properties and everything that are being assessed and the acreage, how does that work? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they've opted to, they're only only gonna assess improved properties. So that's properties with a house or a barn or some sort of improvement on them.
Okay. How long ago does the improvement have to take place? Does that matter?
Before the hole was pulled,
Okay.
that's gonna be my guess. Which is within the last.
And you guys have a list of the improved properties?
We do, yeah.
How do I obtain that?
So you can either just look at it or you have to pay to have copies of it.
What's the cost of the copies?
10 cents a page.
How many pages do you have? I would like a copy of that, please.
Okay.
I'll pay for that.
You want to help them?
No, I think we're good. Alright, so there are the letters.
Thank you very much.
Separate.
Are you going to be at the meeting tonight?
I'm hoping to make it.
Now, I've got a question for you. So at last meeting, you made a comment that, because you're part of the Gaines Village Board, right?
I absolutely am, yeah.
And you made a comment that there was an overwhelming support from Gaines Township, or from Gaines Village for the...
No. I said that the board voted to adopt a resolution in support of.
But it wasn't over, because 2 people on the board opposed it.
Right, I didn't say overwhelming.
Okay.
I just said that we adopted the resolution.
I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you very much. But you voted in support of it, correct?
I did, yes.
So you don't think that the citizens should have an opinion on it and be able to vote on it?
It's not that. And I'm at work right now. My personal opinions are
I was
my
just
personal
asking.
opinions.
Oh, okay. I thought we were having a conversation. Right?
No, you're okay.
I do not know what this means. Good afternoon, Gaines Township, this is Beth speaking.
So I shouldn't talk to you anymore, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm just asking because...
No, I'm just saying, like, when it comes to stuff like that, my personal opinions are my personal opinions, and
Well, I know, but...
work isn't the place for those.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
But we're just having a conversation, I thought.
30?
I mean, my main thing is that I don't even disagree with the police department so much, per se, as I disagree with the fact that the people don't get a chance to have a vote on it. So...
I gotcha, I see where you're coming from.
No, but I mean, to support it essentially says you say that you don't think the people should, that's not what you mean by that, but if you support it, then you essentially don't support the people having an opinion and a vote on it. It's the same thing. You don't have to say that, but it means the same thing.
Not in particular, in my opinion, but...
Well, because, how does it not? I guess I don't understand, because the only other option is to have the people vote on it. That's the same as the petition. I mean, all these people in the township want this to go to a vote.
I see that. And that's fine, and everybody has their own opinion.
Well, I mean, it's their money. They should have an opinion on how their money's spent.
1 second. Good afternoon, Gaines Township. This is Emily. How can I help you? Yes, yeah.
Is anybody else in the office, Beth?
Just us right now.
Is the assessor going to be in today?
No, he's typically in on Thursdays.
Can you leave a letter for, or a
everybody
note
in the
for
township
Mr.
council.
Snitzer, please?
For Chief,
Yes.
okay. You threw me for a loop because you were asking about the assessors.
No, I know. Well,
Yeah.
this just came to me. I'm trying to remember all these different things I wanted to talk about. I was supposed to do a ride-along with him about 2 weeks ago, more than that even. And he had gotten sick and told me he was going to be sick for about
Gotcha.
7 to 10 days approximately.
And
that was over 2
but
weeks
not
ago.
Right now.
And I was just wondering when I could reschedule that.
Let me take your name and number, and I'll have
Wonder
the
why
elected
what?
officials call you back. 'Cause that's who you're going to want to talk
I can't help it if he's sick for 7 to 10
Okay,
days. I just, as a citizen concerned, like to ride with my police chief and learn information and learn the information. 810-210-7692. As a concerned citizen, I'm just curious at what kind of problems we run into on the road, and I would like to have a ride along.
Okay, and your phone number, Jenna?
No.
I mean, seriously, are you kidding me?
Not one bit, Beth. What am I kidding you about?
9, 8, 4.
Jerry, take the camera away.
Okay. All right. So I will have one.
I'm
of
just
them
curious
call you
what
when
I'm
they get
kidding
in.
you about.
About
All right.
riding
Not a
with the
problem,
chief.
Jenny. Have a great
He
day.
offered me at the last meeting
Thanks,
to
sweetie.
ride with him, and I accepted. And then he canceled because he was sick. Is
I
that
was
not
at
what
the
happened?
last meeting. I didn't hear him offer you a ride along.
Well, it was before the meeting. I walk up every meeting and talk to the chief, the police chief, and the fire chief, and I shake their hands and say hello. And I walked up to Mr. Smitzer and I said, I'd like to talk to you and have a meeting with you about the problems we have at the police department and the issues and why you need this money. He said, you know what, Chad? Why don't you just come with me for a ride along? And I said, you know what? That's a great idea. So I called him the very next day, and we set up a ride along for a week and a half later, the following Saturday. And then he called and canceled and said he was feeling ill and that he would probably...
She has been.
Okay, and he would be ill for approximately 7 to 10 days, but it's been over 2 weeks now. And I've seen him at the restaurant eating a lot. And so the reason...
You know what?
Wait.
You guys get smart with this. And Mr. Veter, and if you want to tape this, go ahead.
Okay.
Mr. Veter brought it up at the meeting last time about him being at the restaurant.
Well, that's not what I'm talking
Everybody
about.
in an 8, 9,
But
10-hour workday is entitled to a lunch break.
I agree with that.
He is entitled to
That's
lunch.
not my point. You're missing my
But you
point.
guys like to mock that.
You're lying because I've never posted or said one thing
I
about
don't
it.
know if it's. I'm not saying it's you.
Well, why'd you say you
I'm not
guys?
saying
Okay, so wait, let me finish
the
because
group that
Beth,
you're associated with.
I'm associated with the Gaines Township citizens. So, what I was saying was, Mr. Smitzer's main
You
reason...
misinform, as do Mr. Kadich, Mr. Jenkins, etc.
You won't even let me talk.
Misinform the residents.
Okay, well, let's see this. Okay, I'll finish my point. So, the reason that our meeting was canceled for my ride-along was because he didn't want me to get sick in a confined area with him and then get my kids sick, right? Which is a great example. I agree with that. But then for him to be at the restaurant eating within that 7 to 10 day period, not worrying about those families, it's concerning to me that that's the reason he canceled the appointment.
Right.
Right. So, I mean,
I
there's
put a
obvious...
message in his box.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Chad, if I may interject something.
Yes, sir.
Question was asked, I believe you asked about the assessor when he's in.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer, I believe, was on Tuesdays?
On
I think?
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Thursdays, she said.
Well, that sort of warrants what happened, which I was sort of complaining about with my constituents that I hang out with, that when the new assessor got his job, along with that job came a $19,000
Exactly,
pay
yeah.
increase from
Yeah.
the previous assessor,
No, I agree with
making
that,
it
yeah.
at $38,000 a year for 1 day a week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that's hey,
only
is
that-
that misappropriation of township funds?
100%. I also would say that if they're willing to give him such a raise, they're willing to put a time clock in this for when we can talk. Why can't we have a time clock for these people to have their hours with a video camera looking at it so we can actually...
You guys are funny.
So we can... I'm not funny, and that's a dead serious statement.
You
And
guys are funny.
so then we can validate the hours that all these people work and the township officials work. If I become supervisor, I will implicate that immediately because I want you people to know how often I'm here. I want you to know how often everybody else is here, and I want you to know how your tax dollars are going to be spent.
Chad Peck, 2020. Plain and simple, folks. Excuse me?
She said you love to. She said
Nothing.
She said, Jerry, you
I
love
said
to hear the way.
hear yourself talk, don't you?
Well, when I make sense, yes. If I'm inebriated on a fifth of Captain Morgan's and Coke, no.
Good afternoon, Gaines Township. This is Beth speaking.
I just don't know why there's so much hostility towards us.
Yes.
I mean,
Totally. We come in
honestly,
here.
We have every right in the world to have these opinions, to have a
No,
petition. I don't understand where this hostility.
Your coworker don't agree with your thinking.
I don't control other people.
I know, but she's very willing to give her personal opinions on things.
Yep,
And that's her personal choice, I guess. It's just a policy I don't go by.
us.
No, I can appreciate that. Thank you.
I do. We've
I'm
spoken on the phone, and you know that I've always told you I have respect for you for the way you've
I'm-
treated me.
I've done the same to her.
Yeah, both of them.
Although some of these initials are going to be kind of snappy.
Okay. Thanks.
I just don't understand the hostility, bro.
Because you are, I do not feel, are being honest.
In what way? Explain it to me.
You guys are both portraying the best interest of the citizens at heart, which maybe you really believe that you are. But the group that you're with has misinformed them about the intentions of this assessment.
In what way? Explain that to me.
You guys have went, and this is the feedback we've gotten from citizens,
Okay.
that we're going to be increasing the amount of the assessment over the course of time.
If you look at assessments
That
throughout
we are going
Michigan,
to
wait, let me
build-
answer.
No,
I
yeah,
would like,
I'm
I would like to
finished.
address
I'm
each
not
thing you say.
finished Because you asked me a question,
Okay.
I'm trying to answer
Remember these questions for
what
me,
the
Jerry, please.
citizens
Okay.
have said to us.
Okay.
That we're going to be increasing the size of the department,
Okay.
building a new building.
Well, the fire chief needs that. That's what we spoke about.
None of those things
So
are
the
what's
fire
going
chief's
to be
lying?
No. None of these are what's going to be done with this police assessment.
None.
We cannot use a police assessment toward
Good
fire
afternoon,
funds.
Gaines Township. This is
We
Emily.
If-
How
cannot
can I
do
help
that.
you?
It's a misappropriation of funds.
You can, if they share a building, you
Hello?
can.
Yep.
We're not going to
Hello?
be
If they
building
share a
new
building. Oh,
Public
so where's
safety.
this $850,000 fire pump truck gonna go that doesn't fit in that building?
It's the old vehicle's going to go bye-bye.
And that new vehicle we need, according to the fire chief, doesn't fit in that building.
It may not.
Oh, so where
But
would we
that'll
put
be
it?
figured out in the future.
That's what I'm talking about. That's where the numbers would increase.
But that's not anything that's
So how is that
guaranteed. It's
misinformation?
not-
We just talked about it's guaranteed we need a new fire truck, right?
We do need it.
It's guaranteed that fire truck needs a place to park, right?
Yes.
And according
But
to
it may
our
be parked outside.
No, we're not gonna park it outside. According to our fire chief, we need a new building or
We
an
do.
extension on our
We
building.
don't have the monies to do that.
That's
with.
what this special
And a fire
assessment
millage got
does.
turned down.
That's why they went through a special assessment.
That's why they're going to make a public safety
Would you
office.
like to have this debate? Because I would love to do this.
They're going to make a public safety office, Chad, with Smitzer in charge. That's been their long-term
No,
goal.
it is not. That's not what they're doing. That is not what they're doing. The police assessment is strictly for the police department, to keep the police department as we have it now. The same number of officers. Should we have an
But
officer
right now,
retire?
we're
then
way
they may
over budget.
replace-
Right now we're way over budget.
We're not way over budget.
We're not
They've been
pulling money out of the
staying-
emergency fund
No.
and out of the general fund to pay
No.
for it. We haven't.
General fund, yes, but not emergency fund. We don't
Okay,
even
so
have an
so
emergency
the
fund.
general fund. Okay, I'm sorry. I
And
missed.
that is something that they've been doing since the beginning of when that half
Then
mil
why-
was being assessed. They had to, because it wasn't enough money.
Well, then why did
From
only
the
a
very
half mil get
beginning.
passed? Why did only a half mil get passed?
Because that was all that the board ran at that time.
Then why was the community board that was put together to see how much police force was needed?
The community board recommended the half mil.
Exactly.
And they were incorrect. It wasn't enough. And Chief told them at that
So
time.
why, when I
they
want to
needed
find
2
out the
mills.
problems from chief, and why? Okay, so according to the
That
FBI
money was plenty when we had 2 officers.
and what,
But now we have 7, so it's not enough money.
And
That's
so-
the bare facts.
No, wait. So my
We don't
prob-
need 7.
My problem is I don't have them with me, but I'll bring them tonight if you'd like to look at them. I have statistics from when they did that assessment.
Your statistics were old and incorrect, though.
They weren't
And
incorrect.
the
They're
FBI
FBI.
does not. The FBI does not have everything on file.
Okay, so let's just suppose that's true, right? I spoke with Smitzer and I was like, hey, tell me what you have that they don't have. I want to see the problems that you have. And he won't supply me with anything.
But
So
because you guys tell half-truths and twist
how can I have the
things.
truth if he won't give it to me when I ask?
So why would we want to supply any information
'Cause
if
I'm
it's
a
going to be
citizen.
twisted?
That's right.
I'm a citizen and I'm asking you a question. I can only speculate if you don't give me an answer.
With people that are polite, cooperative, not confrontational.
Do you call the
we
way
are
you've treated me when I
very
walked in this
willing to
building
work with
polite?
Today you're being polite.
No, the way
but
you
I've seen
treated
you
me.
act otherwise.
I've seen you act otherwise tonight. How do you feel as a township citizen, me walking in here and you being the only representative in here other than her who has been very respectful, treating me the way you just did? You obviously don't like me. And how do you,
No, you're correct. I don't.
thank you. And so how do you feel as a representative of this township, if I were to be elected, I would respect everybody, even if you disagreed with me. Everybody. And she laughs, but these are the kind of people you're dealing
What
with.
I'm laughing
Yep.
at is him videotaping and this promotional thing.
It's
funny.
this is the truth. We want
To
transparency.
get the word out.
We don't want you to be able to twist what we're saying. We want this truth out. Not the skewed version of the reality that you
twisted
want to
a
push.
thing.
It
Well,
won't
you
get
say that
edited.
We want to twist it. We don't want to twist
Yeah.
anything. We want this to be viewed by everybody.
I'll email you a copy of this.
I don't want a copy of it.
Well, because it's the truth.
You guys are comical.
I don't think anything is funny. I really don't think this is funny. I think this is dead serious. I think what's
the
wrong.
board is making a tough decision trying to do what is best for the citizens by keeping the police department.
Okay, so.
And I agree. We need a police department. We don't need 7 of them.
Exactly, and not to mention the fact that.
Especially when they're all at the carriage house at the same time, and they're all out on patrol on the same day.
They're
4 of
not.
them. They are. I've got video of it.
They're not.
Okay.
It's misappropriation of funds.
Yes.
They could have addressed this a long time ago through a millage vote, but they weren't going to be happy with what millage vote went through, so they didn't, which clearly shows that they don't care what the people think.
They held 2 meetings last summer.
And we were going to have a millage
in regards
vote.
to the police assessment.
And we were going to have a millage vote.
Most people wanted an assessment.
Okay.
Because it's a
not
flat
according
rate
to the 500
per household. So
Not
if you have a
that you
$50,000 house or a $500,000 house, you're paying the same amount. Those people that are in the more expensive homes where they have a higher taxable value would be paying more for police. They like the idea of paying the same amount no matter what the house
and
is.
being told what to, and being told everything. They have no voice. They like that.
That was the opinion given to us at the meetings last summer.
That's not true,
They
because
still
I came to
hadn't
the
made a
meetings too.
decision at that
I
point.
came to the meetings too, so I totally disagree with that was the opinion, the overall consensus of the community. 100%.
You're allowed that.
Now, I have the minutes too, and I could prove that you're false on that, twisting things like you say I do.
I've got the video on it.
So, well, I know you roll your
Okay.
eyes, but you say we twist things, that's what you're doing, because what you just said is not true.
Okay, so continue.
Well, I mean, that's it. That's it. Well, continue what?
I thought you were on a
There's nothing to say, really. This is,
trying to make a point.
there's no point to make, other than the fact that you people don't care what the citizens think.
They talked to the citizens last year.
And the citizens
And
were,
they do care about
and
what
we
the
had
citizens
3
think.
options,
They
right?
are citizens
And we had 3
themselves.
options, right?
And they have to pay this assessment
And we had
just like everybody
and we had
else.
3 options when we went up here, right? And then what happened to those 3 options? Because now we're being told what we get. What happened to those 3 options? Everybody up here, according to you, wanted to be told what they got when they had 3 options.
Not
to vote.
everybody. I didn't say everybody.
But
And
you
Emily did a
said the
fine
general
presentation on it.
consensus was.
Oh, it was a general consensus. According to who?
The feedback they got from citizens at the
Okay,
meeting
okay.
and after the fact.
Okay. So all
They
these
still
citizens,
contemplated a
these
village.
people must not have been there, right? These 460 people that we got in 2 weeks weren't there, right?
It's $7.50 for a copy of the assessment.
Right? These people just must not have existed at that meeting, because they had a general consensus that these people didn't. How many people are in this township? We got 460 people to sign this in 2 weeks,
Okay.
and you're telling me there's a general consensus in this township that they wanted an assessment.
Okay.
That's your answer, okay?
I'm saying okay to what you're saying.
Sort of like
I'm
Oakwood when they
saying-
had to reassess that.
When they held the meetings last year, they still had not made
You
up their
don't have
mind
to
whether
wait
they
for
were
it.
going to do.
I'm listening.
Whether they were going to do an assessment or a millage.
Either,
Okay.
right, sorry.
They still considered a millage till Swartz Creek schools put a big millage on the ballot. You need to change it.
Why? Because it raised people taxes, right? The same way they're doing it right now.
Well,
Same thing.
the fire millage failed,
Okay.
so they
But
felt
these are
that there was
changed.
no way that the police millage would pass.
You mean the people didn't want it?
Not that they didn't want it,
They wouldn't vote it
but
in.
that they would vote it, that it would not pass. Not that
Meaning
they
if
don't
you-
want police.
Exactly, the same
Not
with
that
me.
they don't want police.
I don't even dislike
but
Smith,
that the
even though he won't
police
call me
millage
back.
would Pass. So-
Exactly. That means
Now-
they didn't want it.
Okay, so what do you expect to pay for police?
What do I expect to pay for police? It's irrelevant. I don't care if I don't care if I have to pay $500 for police. You're missing the point.
You're not going to pay that.
The senior citizens that call me can't afford this.
I can't.
The senior citizens who are on fixed income, the disability, can't afford this.
That's
they call
me.
me crying on the phone, literally. And you
Okay.
roll your eyes to that, but they do. I'm not making this stuff up. I've got letters. You want me to bring them in and show you that of people saying thank you. I can't believe you're standing up for us with this. Thank you so much. And you're trying to
Yep.
tell me I'm a bad guy for that?
I did not say that.
That you don't like me. You admitted that.
I do. I do not like you.
Well, that's crazy because I don't dislike
I
anyone.
don't like Jerry.
Are you a
either.
Christian?
Are you?
100%.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
ma'am, I don't dislike you. I don't.
Okay.
I don't even begrudge you. I don't dislike Matt Morals. I don't dislike anybody up here. I disagree with you.
Okay?
And
So
yet
as a
you
Christian woman,
taunted Matt's son.
I did not.
Handicapped son.
That's a false statement. Were you there?
By the road.
Were you out there?
I was here.
Were you out there?
I
Did you
saw
see it?
The whole thing.
So you went
through.
Get this on video because this is defamation of character.
I am.
I have witnesses of it. Did you witness me insulting or taunting his son?
I only saw through the window.
Did you witness me taunting or insulting his son? Yes or no? Because you just sort of insinuated that I did, and that's defamation of character. Did you see me do that? Can you validate that I did that? No, you can't, because you can't answer it. So you're twisting and manipulating and lying like you say we do.
Yep.
But you can't even back it up because you won't even answer now. Who do you think you are?
I don't care to be sued.
Because you're lying. If you didn't want to be sued,
I am not
if you said the
lying.
truth, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Okay,
You're a
hey.
liar.
Can't handle the truth.
Need to, like,
No,
break
she
down.
just made a defamatory statement about me.
Okay, but we need to, like, bring it down.
Okay, that's
we are
fine.
still in the office.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate our dialogue. Thank you very much. You have a great day.
Have a great day.
Hey, did you want your copy, Dad?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
an idea.
Still working on it. You're
I'm
okay.
sorry. I thought you wanted me to leave.
No, just bring it down.
Well, when someone starts accusing me of things that aren't true,
I know.
and you weren't there, you don't know what you're talking
I
about.
was here that day, and
Okay.
I know what Matt came in
Oh, you
was
know
very
what?
upset.
Yeah. Okay.
He
Yeah.
had no reason to make something up.
Okay. He has no reason to make something up. Okay.
Just like he upholds his oath to support the Constitution of the United States
Oh.
and a veteran.
My husband is a veteran. My son is currently in
Thank
the Marine
you.
Corps.
That's great.
Don't even get me started.
Great, because I'm a graduate of the United States Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate veterans. I know what we've done for our country. I know people that have died for my country.
As do I. And
Well-
my husband's a combat veteran, not just a veteran.
Very, very good, very good, very good,
So-
very good. I think I seen just a tad bit of action my damn self, but I don't have to go tooting that.
Yeah.
As a Christian woman, though, it's good
I'm
to know
almost
you
done,
don't
I
like me.
promise.
I really, that's what gives Christianity a bad name, is the way you're acting right now.
Yep.
Oh.
To redeem in the presence of the Lord is sacred, he said, and you're not doing that.
It's one thing for somebody to insult somebody and act that way if you're not, and you just don't care, but to proclaim yourself to be that and then treat somebody this way, that's not right.
Oh, that. Yeah.
I was like,
No,
That's why we got it on video, Chad.
Thank you. I'm glad you came today. This is amazing. I appreciate it.
Maybe we'll spark up an interview with ABC 12 and 4 and 5 tonight. In the cage.
I do apologize for raising my voice, Emily.
That's okay. You're up here.
No, and I get it, but, you know, if I came in here and made an accusation of you insulting a disabled child, you would be upset about that,
I
too.
mean, I would be upset, but I'd still try to keep my voice down.
hey, Larry.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it.
Larry.
Do you treat other citizens like that? Or just me?
Me? She treated me like that just now,
Is
too.
that a
So that's
common
two
way
of
for you to
us.
treat people when they walk in this door if they disagree with you?
No.
No, so I'm special. You treat me special.
Me too, don't forget.
I don't consider it special.
You don't consider it special, so you tell everybody that walks in the door you don't like them that you don't like?
No. But if they ask,
You'll tell them? Yeah?
yeah.
That's the kind of people we want representing this township when people walk in? If they ask, you don't like me, you're going to say, yeah, I don't like you.
I've grown extremely fond of some of the residents in
No,
my time
I asked
here.
if anybody asked. You said yes. If I didn't like them, I would.
If somebody were to ask me, do you like me? I'm going to tell them honestly, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's good to
Yeah.
know. That's good to know.
Well, I
Should
can
I
honestly
not?
say I've never had an issue with you, and for you to come at me like you did, I've always treated you and everybody else in here
My
with respect.
feelings are based on how you guys have treated the board members.
What about how do you feel about, okay, my first meeting with Mr. Fortino, I'd never talked to him before in my life, other than about the mosquito control at the meeting, right? This is when I first
moved to my new house, before I had a problem with anybody about anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what he said to me? I asked him a few questions about decisions they had made in the township. Very nicely, just like we're talking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what he said to me, his first response?
I do.
Do you know what he said?
What?
Do you still beat your wife, Chad?
He did not say that.
Yes, he did.
100% fact.
He did not say that.
And he didn't deny it when I brought it up in a board meeting. It's on video.
Because he's not going to stoop to that level.
Okay.
He did. It's on video.
He said that, and I said, I can't believe you just said that. I got an escalated voice just like right now, and
Yep.
Mr. Smithster.
I know because I was here that day too.
Oh, so you heard the conversation?
I did not hear the conversation.
Okay, well that's what he said. Are you
You
calling
guys
me a
were-
liar?
Right
We're
here's
back
your
in the
copy.
office.
Are you calling me a liar?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
Well, so he didn't say that then.
I'm not saying whether
Well,
he
I'm
did or
saying
didn't.
I was
I
in
don't
the-
know. I did not
You
hear
said
the
he did.
conversation.
You just told me he didn't say that.
No, I did not say that. I
30
just said I
seconds
was
ago.
here that
Okay.
day.
Well, that's what he said, and with me saying that that's what he said, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the supervisor saying that to a citizen that's concerned?
All right, Chad.
Wait, I'm asking her a question. Excuse me. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about? Say it again. I'm sorry.
How do you feel about the supervisor telling me or asking me if I still beat my wife? How do you feel about that?
I don't think that he said that.
If he said that, how do you feel about it? Would you
I
disagree with
don't
it?
believe Paul would have said
If
anything like that.
hypothetically,
He's a
if Paul,
good man.
if he did say that, would you disagree with it? Would you think that was wrong?
That he would say that to
Mhm.
you? Yeah, it would be wrong.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, here's your copy.
Because he said that,
Of
100%
the assessment
fact.
roll.
I swear on my life, on my children's life, and on my wife, that he said that.
Okay, and I think this has all gotten a lot. And it's time for you guys to move in, and we'll see you tonight.
Okay. Is Smitzer here?
I don't know.
I think he's out on the road.
Can you check and see if he's here?
I know Detective Parata just got back, I think from court, but I think Smitzer's out on the road.
Let's go down to the carriage house.
Probably find him there.
See, and that's the kind of stuff that makes me not care for you.
Well, I just got a picture
Smart
sent to me
aleck
2 hours
report.
ago of 2 Gaines Township
'Cause
police
they're
vehicles.
lunch. They're
But-
allowed to have lunch.
And they are, but why can't one be patrolling and one go to lunch? Is that protecting and serving? No.
It's okay. If it's the
If we have that
detective
much
who
crime,
goes to
it's not
court.
okay.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's out on the road.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all your help.
Yep.
Thank you
Have
for
a
your.
good day.
I really appreciate your professionalism.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you for toning it down, guys.
Yeah. Not
Have
so
a good
much.
night.
You too.
I'll see you.
You will.
That was interesting, wasn't it?
Mr. Peck, it was very interesting. Truth come out, they can't handle it. They don't know what else to do other than demean us as citizens. And that's from the top of the board to the police chief, right on down to the office staff, except I will say Emily did not. She was civil
She
about
did a
it.
good job.
But Beth Luke totally demeaned you, totally demeaned me, and that is wrong.
I can't believe it, man. I really can't believe she said that.
We're out of here. We'll see you at the meeting tonight.